Welcome to another episode of the Sports Perspective for the autumn 2013 semester. I'm Michaela Street.
And I'm Victoria Leahy. Michaela, the Ohio State game was a blowout last Saturday. It appeared that Florida A&M didn't even have a chance as soon as they hit the field.
That's right, Victoria. Well, the Buckeyes may start Big Ten play this week, but before the top 25 Wisconsin comes to the Horseshoe, Ohio State had to play one more opponent, Florida A&M. Ohio State came into this contest as 57-point favorites, the largest home spread in history for Ohio State. With the Rattlers losing to Stanford a week prior, FCS FAMU knew they were in for a long day of football. Sports director Brad Comer was at Ohio Stadium with coverage from this blowout.
Well, after a win in Berkeley last weekend, the biggest headlines for the Buckeyes this week was the status of Braxton Miller's knee injury. Would he play against Florida A&M, or would the old right-hander come in off the bench once again and put up record-breaking numbers for Ohio State? Well, for the Buckeyes today, it looks like that they made history in the Horseshoe. No Braxton Miller for the Bucks today, but Smooth Jazz would light it up from the Horseshoe. First quarter, Buckeyes up 7-0. Guyton connects with Jeff Hireman to the end zone for 6. OSU would lead 13-0. Still first quarter, Guyton lobs a pass to Devin Smith for a 5-yard score for Guyton's third TD pass of the game. Ohio State now leads 34-0 to the second. And watch this, Jordan Hall stiff arms the official, and the ref even blocks the FAMU player for an 18-yard touchdown. That was Hall's second touchdown of the game. Then Kenny Guyton finds Chris Fields for 6 more. Guyton threw 6 TDs to 5 different targets. Bucks crush FAMU 76-0. Don't expect the right-hander to start next Saturday versus Wisconsin.
Our backup quarterback has earned some time. I don't know. I really can't even begin to tell you how that's. I've been kind of working through some scenarios in my mind, and I still don't know what it is. So I'm going to see how we practice this week. But Braxton is our starting quarterback.
It's a blessing. It's a blessing. Like I say, thank God. Thank the O-line, man. I had all day. The coaches wanted to come out throwing the ball around, and I thank them for the trust they put in me to be able to do that. And I just trust the receivers, trusted the O-line, and made plays.
But, we were obviously the better team. It's a chance for younger guys to prove themselves. It's a chance for us to just, obviously to refine our skills. Make sure, because, the really great teams don't take any team lightly, So, and I think that was evident today that we didn't take them lightly.
Like I said before, I'm a team player, man. I've been a team player for 5 years. It won't change now. I'll stay in there, I'll stick in there, I'll be a leader just like always. And I think playing has really helped me out with leading more, because now I know the impact I really have on this team. And I think without playing, I tend to kind of sit back and not say a lot. But now I think I see the impact I have, and I'll talk a little more and be more outspoken.
Well, next weekend will be the official start of Big Ten play for Ohio State, and their first opponent is Wisconsin next weekend, right here in the Horseshoe under the lights at 8 p.m. Braxton Miller is expected to return next weekend, and Urban Meyer said that he will be the starter in that game against Wisconsin. We'll see if he can return to his old ways at the quarterback position. From Ohio Stadium, I'm Brad Comer, Buckeye TV Sports.
Kenny Guyton's record-breaking efforts versus Florida A&M earned the old right-hander the Big Ten Co-Offensive Player of the Week. It's the second straight week Guyton earns this award, winning Player of the Week for his performance against Cal on September 16th.
Aside from the Buckeyes dominating Florida A&M last Saturday, other headlines were making waves from the FAMU unrelated to the OSU team itself. News director Alexandria Chapin has you covered with this story.
OSU is about to take on Florida A&M here at home, and although this rainy weather didn't stop the Block O section from coming out to cheer on their Buckeyes, a petition might bring those cheers to a halt. The Block O student section might take a big hit. Listen closely to hear the chant that has some Buckeyes fired up in a bad way. This petition is circulating to put a stop to the chant, and as of Saturday, it had 226 signatures. Those who are involved with the Block O organization are backing the petition.
Right, well, Block O's actually taking the initiative on this. We obviously want this chant to stop. This chant is awful, so we're changing it to OHIO, Let's Go Bucks. So that is the chant after kickoffs. We are leading it. We're marketing it. We sent an email out to all season ticket holders here. So everyone should be chanting OHIO, let's go Bucks. And we're going to end off with cheer that's been happening the past few years.
It's completely unnecessary. It makes the school look bad. Like, it's not even that big of a tradition. Like, it just started like 4 years ago. I think my freshman year it started. It just like it makes the university look bad. Like, I would like as an adult, like I wouldn't want to bring my kid back here and like have them hear like that profanity, and like you can hear it on TV. Like overall, it just makes the university look really bad. People in the lowest box can hear it. It's just unnecessary.
Before kickoff was a much more sombering time. The athletic department took a moment of silence during the game to recognize Maria Tiberi, a student who passed away unexpectedly earlier this week. Tiberi's father is Dom Tiberi of 10 TV Sports, and he expressed his gratitude to the Ohio State community via Twitter during the game. The match against FAMU was also Military Appreciation Day, and the SHU welcomed many military men and women as special guests. I caught up with Brutus Buckeye before the half to get his take on the game. All right, Brutus, what do you think about the game today? You heard it here first on Buckeye TV. During halftime, OSU's marching band performed 50 years of Beatlemania, but that wasn't what stole the show. The Ohio School for the Blind brought their marching band to accompany OSU in the Script Ohio. The School for a Blind made a Script Ohio in Braille and received a standing ovation from the crowd. Right after halftime, that expletive chant could be heard again. Although the Scarlet and Gray won 76-0 against Florida A&M's Orange and Green, their fans seem to enjoy their time in the SHU. I'm Alexandria Chapin, reporting for Buckeye TV.
Coming up next, how will Kenny Guyton and Braxton Miller coexist at the quarterback position moving forward? We will have that story coming up next. Taking a look at the college football polls, Ohio State remains the same this week at number 4 in the Associated Press poll and number 3 in the USA Today coaches poll. That's despite beating Florida A&M 76-0. Turning to the Big Ten, undefeated Northwestern comes in this week, ranked 17th in the AP and 16th in the coaches. Michigan continues to fall at 18 and 17 following a score from UConn. And Wisconsin sneaks in the top 25 this week, ranked 23rd in the AP and 24th in the coaches.
For 3 straight weeks, there's no question that Kenny Guyton has played some of the best football at the quarterback position in the Big Ten Conference. However, as you just heard earlier in the show, Urban Meyer still plans on making Braxton Miller the starter this Saturday night. On Monday, Urban Meyer added that Braxton Miller will play this week, if healthy, I should emphasize. Coach Meyer also mentioned that Guyton has earned some time in the offense, but Coach is still unsure how to get the 2 playmakers on the field.
I think Braxton will probably start. He had a good day today, and looks like he's pretty close to 100%. I just want to make sure running the ball he's good too, and he was, and Kenny's good. So right now we're still working through exactly how we're going to use manage the game, but they both look good.
He looks good. I mean, he looks like he hasn't really lost a step. Running wise, throwing wise, he looks fine. I mean, but it's practice, so you never really know between practice. But we try to simulate as many game-like events during practice as on Saturday. So when we come down to Saturday, he's ready. So I think he'll be ready. He'll be fine.
On to this weekend's opponent. The Wisconsin-Ohio State game has arguably been the second biggest rivalry outside the school up north in the last decade. The past 2 meetings between these 2 teams have ended in games of thrilling fashion, and Urban Meyer plans to not take the Badgers lightly under the lights in the Horseshoe.
We have a lot of respect for Wisconsin. 2 great backs. I don't know where the heck they keep getting these guys, but they have great backs, and we got our hands full. They have an excellent coach, and in my opinion, they're the king of the Big Ten right now, and this is an opportunity to go compete with a team that's competed in the Rose Bowl last few years.
I mean, we think we know we're the kings, so we're not worried about anybody else. Simple as that.
Coming up next, the women's volleyball team is continuing to have one of their best seasons in recent memory.
And the state of Ohio made history last week. What exactly happened? We have those stories coming up next. Welcome back to the Sports Perspective here on Buckeye TV. I'm Michaela Street.
And I'm Victoria Leahy.
The newly formed Big Ten Hockey Conference had their inaugural media day last week in St. Paul, Minnesota. Not only do the Buckeyes join a new conference, but they also have a new head coach in Steve Rohlik, who takes over for former coach Mark Osicki. Despite rallying around a new coach, not to mention losing an All-American goaltender in Brady Jelly, Rohlik believes the Buckeyes have every opportunity to compete in the newly formed Big Ten Hockey Conference this season.
We're excited. We got a great group of kids back. With our leading scorers with Ryan Dzingel, Tanner Fritz, and Max McCormick back up front. Certainly going to have to lean on them. The biggest question we'll probably have is replacing our All-American goaltender, Brady Jelly.
The women's volleyball team continues to make headlines this week, sweeping the Buffalo Bulls in 3 sets last Sunday in the Buffalo Blue and White tournament in Alumni Arena. The number 13 Buckeyes improved to 12-0 in the win, and senior outside hitter Caitlin Leary earning the title as most valuable player of the tournament with 17 kills and 2 solo blocks last Sunday. The Bucks kick off the Big Ten schedule this Friday at 8 p.m. against arch rival Michigan in St. John Arena and travel to East Lansing to face off with Michigan State on Sunday at 2 p.m. 4 of Ohio's professional sports teams won their contests on Sunday. Wins by the Bengals, Browns, Reds, and Indians marked the first time all 4 teams have won their games on the same day since September 4th, 1988, putting a cherry on top of a dominating weekend for Ohio pro sports.
Thanks for watching another episode of the Sports Perspective on Buckeye TV. I'm Michaela Street.
And I'm Victoria Leahy. Hope to see you tune in next week.